there, Fitz. Hope you're having a great day today. Here's your video lesson. You have three things I want to talk about. I'll talk about those three things. If you have questions at the end, have your mom or grandma shoot me over a message, and I'll do my best to answer. So let's get to it. So first thing is we'll do some review today. This is a great spot in this series to kind of go back and review some things that we haven't talked about for a few lessons or a couple of months. And so it's good to go back and kind of just like spot check some stuff. So we're going to do that because it relates to the things we'll talk about in the future. So first thing is review a free stroke. We're going to be using that technique right after we finish with the toy, so it's good for us to go back and work on that now. So what that's going to look like is, remember your free stroke is your I and M finger going straight back towards your palm, not resting on the strings behind. So remember, these are rest strokes right here, right? And we're doing free strokes, we're back towards the palm, right? Keep that thumb on the fourth string. And what we're going to do is just that stroke back towards the palm and then incorporate that with the book 2 tonalization. So this sounds like this, and I'll break it down. Alright, so remember that important motion, straight back hand. Remember doing that one hand clap is kind of the motion that you want. And here we have open B and G string, open third and second string. And then we have C and A, first and second finger. And then shift up that shape, up to the third fret, fingers 1 and 2, and then fingers 3 and 4, without leaving third position, are gonna grab that 5th fret right there. And that's what we need for the book 2 allegretto. There was a that right there. So we're going to use that for the next tune. So make sure to go back and review the free stroke, because that's going to play a big important part for the second half of book 2. And then next is a toy working on the B section. I said in the B section last week, so keep on working on that if you haven't done so already. We have remember what that was for myself. So for that B section, the that should look familiar to you. If you notice right there, I'm using my pinky and my, that was weird. Google wanted to talk. So what that looks like is for back from the G scale. Remember how when we played G, A, B, we're here in first position, C, D, we keep that ring finger down, E, F sharp with the middle finger, and then high G with the pinky. Now, why that's important for a toy is this. We changed keys briefly, we'll talk about what that means later on, but we've changed back to the G scale very briefly in the song. And it's going to use that high G, then F sharp. And notice there I used my pinky, middle finger for the F sharp. So you can even put all this down just the same you did as a G scale. So you can actually run up the G scale. And I have that ring finger down right there, right? So right now my ring finger and pinky are down, my second finger's all ready to go. And I go G, F sharp, E, D's right there, right? You slipped it for that B. Right? So concentrate on working on your G scale review. Like I said, like stuff like this is what we're going to use for book 2. The same fingering as this. And as we get further along in book 2, we're going to go up here. I'll get there in a second. And 10 the sentence right. And then right here. Right, we're going to use that positioning up there to play, I think it's the Carenti or the Paganini, I think, for which piece is up there. But we're going to use that fingering that we use in the G scale. It's going to come back again for book 2, so that's why it's important to keep up on these. There's so much material, I guess talking more to mom, but like, and grandma. So, but there's so much material that kind of gets introduced over the course of the whole nine books. It's kind of like you can't keep up on it all the time. So you just go, okay, that's the G scale. Bring it back when we need it for something in book 2. It'll come back in book 3. We'll use it for something in book 3. That way, it's kind of always back in the back of the mind. So let's see. So moving into point number 3, musical elements. So remember that one part of playing the pieces is playing the correct notes and correct rhythm, but what we also want to think about too are playing things musically, right? Or being creative. So the notes are the notes and the rhythms are the rhythms. And we can't change those. Like, we can't, change the rhythm around. We can't change the notes around. What we can do is be creative with the musical elements, right? And one musical element that we can be creative with is tone color, right? You buy fancy guitars with fancy pieces of wood on them, really great tone woods, because that's what allows you to have the different colors on the guitar. Like, say if I play this here, for example, versus it sounds slightly different. If I have back here, right? That's why you buy these really nice guitars. So what I'd like you to do is tone color is the way the notes sound, the same way that red is a certain shade and blue is different, obviously. It's the same thing with the notes. So I have my three tone colors, my basic tone colors. One being my ordinaire color right here, my ordinary color, G scale. Would be great to practice this with. Then I have my Tasto color over the fingerboard right here. Sounds a bit rounder and warmer. And then I have my Ponticello. Now, why is that important? Because in the toy, there it is. That's right. So for each one of those repeats, it's kind of like a choir chatting with each other, right? Ba dee da dee da ba da 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 ba dee da 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 dee. Everyone comes in at that point. So work on those three things for me. We'll work more on a toy when we get back from vacation. And if no questions, I will see you in a couple weeks. Take care.